Welcome to another episode of Let's Talk America. It is your host Reggie back again. So let's get right into it. Recently there was this APEC convention in San Francisco, and I think APEC is basically like Asian Pacific, whatever the fuck. It's like a bunch of companies or whatever the fuck, right? So basically the Chinese president was coming for this APEC convention in San Francisco, and during his stay, San Francisco went on like an overhaul cleaning thing. Like they cleaned the streets, they got all of the homeless out of there. Basically it was just like a whole 180 of like the typical San Francisco because of the Chinese president coming into town. And of course the typical response was like, that's not cool. Like especially like amongst the residents in San Francisco, is kind of like a huge slap in the face. And it's not just them who are upset. I feel like a lot of people, I want to say a lot of Americans are upset about it, like including me, because I don't think this is something that would just happen in San Francisco. This would happen in any major city. I feel like if there was somebody like the Chinese president visiting that city. It's just unfortunate because what happened with San Francisco and the Chinese president is a clear example of cities and its government saying, hey, we are fully capable of cleaning the streets, we're fully capable of getting rid of the homeless, whatever the fuck, we just choose not to. You know what I'm saying? Like when a city can clean its streets, because San Francisco is really dirty, but you can say that for most major American cities, New York, Atlanta, like it may not be as dirty, but most major cities have a problem with being dirty. And homelessness is a huge problem, not just in major cities but in America, but especially in major cities, especially like San Francisco. So when they cleaned the whole city up just for a Chinese president visiting town for a convention amongst other rich people, CEOs of companies and shit, it's just like, okay, who are y'all really doing this for? Because it's not for the American people, it's not for the San Francisco residents. You're doing this shit for a show. I'm gonna show a TikTok basically showing like just reactions of how like day-to-day San Franciscoans feel about it.
How do you feel about Gavin Newsom and Mayor London Breed only cleaning up the streets for APEC?
Oh my God, I was just talking to him about this earlier. It's bullshit. That's bullshit. Like tomorrow when this week is over, they're gonna put it all back.
So, like, do you feel like you're just trying to sweep it under the rug while they're...
Hell yeah, they just trying to sweep everything under the rug. They don't care about us. They don't care about the people. They don't care about nothing.
Care about the city, bro. They don't care about the city at all. It's all just a look, As soon as these people gone, everything gonna go back to normal, and it's another day in San Francisco.
I feel like it's a waste of time, to be honest. They just doing all this shit just for show. This shit gonna be right back dirty, right back up again. Like they just faking it, bro. Basically.
The police, where the were they a week ago, bro? Like when the people were themselves because they were dying in the middle of the street because of the fentanyl and shit like that. Like what? I think it's some bullshit and they should just keep on doing this shit so this doesn't keep on happening.
So in that video, the reaction is pretty much the same across the board amongst all of them. They thought it was bullshit. They basically was like, it's all for show, and this shit's gonna go right back to normal when they have the capability of keeping up with this. Like, hey, let's maintain our streets, because why do I have to see hella garbage and homeless people on my way to work? Instead of getting rid of the homeless people in the trash, actually figure out a way to deal with it. And I'm gonna go off on a little tangent. Since we speaking on homelessness, it's not profitable to solve homelessness, honestly. It's just not. I just think that's why homelessness is so much of a problem today, because we have the solution like right there. It's just not profitable. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to think about it. All the people who lose money if people are able to afford a home, that's not good for business, apparently. That's why a lot of people are being homeless. It's like we have constant homelessness problem. It could be easily solved. It's just not profitable. It's not good for business. A lot of business would lose money if we actually taking care of homelessness. Same with like children hunger and all these like major problems that we could fix, but we just let it sit there and fester. It's like, why aren't we solving these major problems? It's not profitable. But to stay on point with the San Francisco shit, yeah, it could happen in any major city, and I think everybody should be upset about this, because it's not just San Francisco. It's really the country saying, we could clean up, we could handle homelessness, we could do this, we could do that, but we don't really, you know what I'm saying? We ultimately need like a change in how we operate our government, like how we operate our tax dollars and I'm one of the few people in America who genuinely think we need like a complete 180 in terms of how we operate as a country. And who knows when that'll come. But on to my next topic. I want to talk about the job market in America. I want to speak on this because there was a video video I saw, and there was this girl talking about how the average 9 to 5 life is really hard, and it's hard to find a job, even for college graduates. And what a lot of college graduates are coming out and realizing is it's hard to find a job, not only in your field but just in general. And I don't like how a lot of people are like, well, what did you graduate with? As if that really matters. Like, you gotta understand, a lot of these kids, they graduated, they went and did the work 4 years and got a degree. Now all of a sudden it's their fault because they didn't get a major in a certain field that's guaranteed a job. Because what people are finding out, the majors that are guaranteed jobs, they're having a hard time finding jobs. That's when you realize it's all a fucking scam. Not only is college a scam, the whole workforce is a scam. Because what you're telling is really disrespectful to a lot of these recent college graduates. It's like, okay, you told us graduate high school, graduate college, you know, that's what we were supposed to do. I did that. Now I'm in debt and I'm struggling to find a job. Like, what the fuck? That's not what I signed up. It's really disrespectful towards a lot of college students and college that have graduated, and college students that are trying to go graduate now. Because it's like a lot of kids who want to go to college, who are in college, are like, damn, everybody's telling me college is a scam, but this is also my best bet to a career. And so it's like a catch-22. It's like college is almost always, you know, the best way toward your career, but it's also a fast way ticket to debt. And people who are graduating college are having a hard time finding a job. It's a scam, bro. As much as college may be a scam, a lot of people feel like it is their best bet. I feel like capitalism. When you see an influx of people getting degrees, men, women, everybody getting degrees, of course they move the goalposts, because you now have jobs now who are treating bachelor degrees like high school diplomas. You got entry-level jobs requiring master degrees and in 5 years experience. So what are college graduates supposed to do? Just go fuck themselves? Like, it's hard. Like, the job market is fucking garbage for everybody, not just college graduates. And listen, man, it's plenty of money to be made. It's plenty of jobs out here. Problem is, the jobs are asking too much without the pay. And I think that's what a lot of Americans can agree. I feel like a lot of Americans don't have a problem with working. It's the problem of the requirements in said job ain't matching the pay. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of these jobs require you to have this amount of experience and this amount of degrees or whatever, and the pay ain't even matching that. A lot of these jobs in general are asking you to do this. Like, they're asking you to do a lot. For example, most manager positions in any career, retail, food management, any manager position is really stressful. I think a lot of managers in America are really underpaid because, and this is just using an example, managers are basically told to run the store, but they can't run the store. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just one of those jobs that is expected to do a lot, but the pay ain't up there. And when you realize that a lot of the jobs in America are similar in that realm, like, you're asking me to do this and that, pay ain't there. I just want basic pay. Like the Waffle House workers recently, they're going on strike saying, hey, we want 25 hours, $25 an hour. That's not crazy. See, a lot of people want to make it seem like that's crazy, but we need to think about jobs in general, not just Waffle House, because people think it's Waffle House, all you do is make waffles. Bro, any job that is serving, or any service job in general, if you are working, you should be able to afford basic living, like to pay your bills and rent and groceries. Why are people working 40, 50, 60 plus hours a week? People are working constant double shifts, 12-hour shifts, and still scraping by. That's not normal. Like, I just want people to know that, like, that's not normal. People should not be working tooth and nail, day in, day out, and still struggling to get by. People are gonna realize that every job in America, damn near, so I don't want to say every job, but it kind of is giving that energy that you're underpaid and you're underpaid and you're underpaid. This goes from retail to food to teaching, construction, truck drive. Like, when you realize that a lot of these jobs underpaid, and when you realize that a lot of us generate so much money for these people, you would think we can get some basic pay, right? The job market sucks. And I also want to speak on how depressing it is just to find a job in America. The job search process in America is so depressing, bro. It really is. Because a lot of these jobs, like, it'll be entry-level jobs, and they want the requirements to be so high. Like, what the fuck? And then the pay don't even be like that. It's insane. But ultimately, like, I would say finding a job in America is really depressing, man. Ultimately, just the job market in America in general is just, is trash right now. Because you can say there is the argument that, yeah, there are jobs out here. Of course, the jobs ain't jobbing. Like, the job's not paying. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the problem. Like, I think across the board, amongst most jobs in America, the jobs ain't paying enough. And then you got inflation, got everything else out. Like, everybody's pissed with inflation. And as they should. Like, I'm pissed. You should be pissed. Everybody should be pissed about inflation. Everything going up. Bills is going up. Everything going up. But pay isn't. Ultimately, there's going to be a point where people are just going to be fed up with the shit. And it may be sooner or later. You know what I'm saying? I just want to talk about it because I know I'm not the only person frustrated. I guess we just need to figure out what to do with that frustration. Like, we need to start coming together and organizing and like setting up a plan, because ultimately, man, I keep saying ultimately, this government stinks. We are way more because, you know, it's given the way the government treats us is given that we pussy. Because how many mass shootings, I know it's just random, but how many mass shootings do we need until we be like, okay, that's enough? Like, it's getting to the point where Americans are numb. Like, we get a mass shooting every other weekend. That's not normal. Like, the rest of the world looks at us like we're insane. The way this country operates is just not normal. And a lot of Americans need to realize, like, this isn't a normal way of living. We need to take our country back, man. For real. But yeah, I just had to get that off my chest, man. I think I'm gonna end it there. I appreciate all the support, like always. And just stay tuned to the next episode. Peace.